it's Kittlebyte here. This video, I'm going to show you how to replace your radiator on a 70 Chevelle. It's going to be the same for all the GM A bodies of this era, and probably for most of the GM stuff. It's similar with all cars, in fact, but this is on a Chevy. So this here is what holds the top of the radiator. There are 4 bolts. I've already removed them. That's these here. And there are 2 bolts holding the shroud top here and here, and they screw into here, the same plate. So I'll pull that out. So here's your upper radiator hose. You're gonna have to remove that. Yes, you're gonna get coolant everywhere. And your lower radiator hose down here, you're gonna have to remove it. You're gonna get even more coolant dumping. So you'll want a bucket or 2. These are your transmission lines. If you got an automatic, it'll come in here and here. You'll want to remove those. And yes, some transmission fluid is going to come out. So the bottom of the shroud has a couple clips, and you literally lift it up and you can move it forward, giving you room to pull it out. While you're doing this, if you hadn't replaced your hoses recently, now's the time to do it. So we're under the car. That's what the clips look like on the shroud. This is a new one, that's why it's so tight. This is an old one, that's why it sticks out. And it's a lot easier to do the one that sticks out. And by the way, a tip if you need to replace those, take a flathead screwdriver and put in, hold on. Let's put a flathead screwdriver in there. Hold it up where you want it. Then use a hammer to tap it up. Just be aware of what the shroud is hitting when you're doing that. Make sure it's not hitting your radiator, but that'll let you knock it up here and get it in position. So you're going to pull the old radiator out. You put the new one in. There are these rubber isolators. They look like this. Oh, and I have a link in the description for where I got mine, as well as the lower shroud clips. But these, if you check yours, mine weren't that bad. But I went ahead and replaced them. This stuff is just so much more pliable. But there are 2 of these that go in under the radiator, and they go right here. This little nipple will stick down through that hole. That's where it goes, one on both sides. And they will sit like that. So on the top and bottom of the radiator, where you got this weld, that's where they will sit. Your radiator should fit them like this. If you lift the radiator up a little bit, probably pull the old one out. And then just slide the new one in. If you can, again, get that nipple there in the right place. You can feel underneath. And just push down on it. You can set your radiator. Center it. Okay. And then we'll go underneath. And you can grab that rubber piece. You may need some pliers to get it to pull through, but that's how you do it. All right, so putting it back together. The shroud, I ended up spreading this new clip out a little more because it was just too tight and didn't want to go in, but now both are setting down in there where they're supposed to be, and the shroud will move back. So now we're going to get the top plate and put that on. Now on the top plate, putting these in is so much easier because, and you see I got them through on both sides. And this set it down where it should be. Should line up again with the top of the radiator on both sides, centered. All right. Put the correct bolts in. Now, almost all your cars will have some sort of rubber isolators on the radiators. Something I find interesting is that trucks, Jeeps, not so much. Yeah. So like on my Ford F-150, it's 79. The radiator is literally metal to metal with no isolation from the vibrations. Jeeps are the same. So if you're working on a truck, you may not have those rubber isolators. So we got that generally in place. There are clips right here that they're screw clips. Make sure that these don't go so far in that they will hit the radiator. Now they should line up above the radiator, but always check it. That really needs a washer on it. It's in place. It's fairly solid, but it can move. Shroud is secured. Now this one, I probably should have, that clip, I probably should have tightened it a little more. That one's solid. That one I probably should have tightened it a little more. Something to check. Other than that, now I just okay. Apparently I all right. You probably wouldn't do this if you weren't doing a video. My old isolators weren't really that bad. And sure enough, there's 3 in here. I must have, I put one of the old ones in when I, oh, you're kidding. I apparently put one of the old ones in on the bottom. Nah, don't do that. Sure enough, I put that one in, because I mean it looks good from this side, and it's actually not bad. It's just it's a little hard, old. I had put that one down here, right on video. How many of you noticed? Yeah, now I got to put that one down there. Oh, and I did squeeze that clamp down on this side tighter, so it'll hold tight. It's hot. All right, I hope that was helpful. If so, please like, subscribe, comment, and good luck with yours.